Bear down, Bears Mafia. This is your host, Chicago Bears, bringing you the inside scoop as we move deeper into the grueling dog days of training camp. The Chicago Bears are feeling the physical toll, just like so many NFL teams at this stage. And the first preseason matchup against the Miami Dolphins put their roster depth to the test in a big way. The scoreboard said 24-24, but the real story was in the trenches and in the secondary, where injuries have started to pile up, forcing the coaching staff into quick, decisive action. Head coach Ben Johnson didn't hold back his appreciation for the effort on display. He praised guys like defensive lineman Jonathan Ford and Zach Pickens, as well as defensive backs Trey Flowers and Josh Blackwell, for digging deep when the team was running out of healthy bodies. These players fought through bumps, bruises, and fatigue to finish the game, knowing there was no one behind them to give them a breather. That's the kind of toughness coaches love to see. But even Johnson admitted that it's not a sustainable way to get through camp and preseason. The situation in the secondary was especially dire. Before Sunday's game, the Bears were already without two starting cornerbacks, Jalen Johnson and Kyler Gordon. Even if healthy, they probably would have sat alongside the other starters, but their absence was still felt. On top of that, Nick McLeod and Amir Speed were unavailable. Za Frazier has been out all camp due to a personal matter, and Terrell Smith left the Dolphins game with a groin injury. By the end of the night, the defensive backroom looked dangerously thin, and something had to be done. That urgency led to a flurry of roster moves. The Bears brought in three defensive backs, Mark Perry, Mekhi Garner, and Kaleb Hayes, after working out 8 players in a short practice session. These signings haven't yet been made official by the team, but multiple reports indicate the deals are done. It's a smart and necessary step to stabilize the position group. Perry is known for his speed and ability to play multiple spots in the secondary. Garner brings size and length, giving the Bears a physical option in coverage. Hayes, who played at Oregon State and BYU, has been praised for his leadership qualities and sticky coverage skills. None of them are expected to crack the starting lineup immediately, but all three bring fresh legs, competition, and much-needed depth for the grind ahead. It's not just the defensive backfield that's been impacted. The running back room also got a shake-up when Roschon Johnson suffered a foot injury. In response, the Bears waived/injured Amir Speed and signed Britton Brown, a former Raiders draft pick. Brown's addition pushes the team's RB total to 7, providing insurance during preseason while the starters heal. These moves speak volumes about how the front office and coaching staff are managing camp. Injuries are inevitable, but how a team responds can determine whether they enter Week 1 battered and scrambling or healthy and prepared. Ben Johnson has made it clear he's not going to run his players into the ground in August just to win meaningless games. He's focused on building a roster that can withstand the long haul, and that means making adjustments now rather than later. Of course, all these signings will have a ripple effect. To make room for the new faces, at least 3 players will need to be moved off the roster. That will create competition in other position groups, and some fringe roster guys will find themselves on the hot seat. Every rep in practice and every snap in the next 2 preseason games will be under the microscope as the Bears decide who earns a 53-man roster spot and who becomes a practice squad candidate. For the fans, it's easy to get caught up in the injuries and panic about depth, but the reality is this is part of the preseason chess match. Chicago's not sitting idly by, they're actively fortifying the roster, making sure every unit has enough healthy bodies to keep practices competitive and productive. And if a guy like Perry, Garner, or Hayes makes a few standout plays in the coming weeks, that depth signing could turn into a legitimate contributor when the games start to matter. So, Bears fans, the takeaway is simple. This team is adapting. They're showing awareness, flexibility, and a willingness to act fast when adversity hits. That's exactly the mindset you want in a coaching staff and front office if you expect to compete over a 17-game season. The injuries are a hurdle, not a roadblock, and the Bears are proving they're ready to clear it. Now I want to hear from you. Do you think these new defensive back signings give the Bears enough depth to get through the rest of camp and preseason? Are you more concerned about the injuries or confident in the team's ability to manage them? Drop your thoughts in the comments, hit that like button if you believe in the Bears' resilience, and subscribe to Bear Down Report for more unfiltered coverage and analysis all season long. The path to Week 1 is never smooth, but the Bears are showing they can handle the bumps and keep moving forward. Bear down.